No, hey guys, what's going on? A little late today. I had to even it out somehow because I was late the other night, then it was early yesterday. Now I feel like I have to be late today, and I'll probably be early tomorrow. Um, so yeah. How's everyone doing? Um, I'm doing okay. I hope everyone else is doing good. Hey, Jason, what's going on? Balance is important. Yeah, Brad, very important. So I wanted to start off today very quickly by toasting a marriage that happened earlier today of the lovely Christina Zerpoli and the always dapper Lance Vaness. They got married this morning. The Cult of Ardbeg is now officially married. So cheers to you guys. Lots of love and happiness for you guys and now in the future. Cheers. And I poured myself a little bit of Ardbeg 21 year for the occasion. Just a wee dram, just to kind of get get everything going. And it is wonderful. It's actually surprising because that's all I have left of it, and it's still absolutely wonderful. Hey Jeff, what's going on? You know what? Let me drop the link in the chat. And if anyone wants to come in, you're more than welcome. And yeah. So yesterday we were talking. I had asked for suggestions on Netflix shows, and out of everything that was said and suggested, clear, obviously, because it's me, I didn't watch any of them. Instead, I stumbled upon the Netflix Freud show. And hey, Greg, what's going on? And I binged, I don't know, six or seven episodes last night, and it was great. It's really, it's in. Okay, so I don't know very much about it, like if it's based on loosely on any stories or his actual life or anything like that. But it reminded me very much of like a let's say mental Sherlock. Um, Insofar as like he ends up using his um like his expertise and rebelness, because I assume that this is true and factual, that he was very controversial for his his practice of hypnosis and the like, but he uses that to end up solving crimes, which is kind of interesting. And he's always just sort of there. So, but very interesting, and it's in German and Hungarian, so you have the subtitles, so it's a little bit um, gives it a little bit more of an authentic feel to everything, because it is in Austria, so, or Vienna specifically. Brad's saying to watch The Midnight Gospel. I have never heard of it. It's on Netflix, I assume, or is it on Bradflex? Let's see, because if it is, I'll just add it to the good old queue now. Let's see. What is it called? The Midnight Gospel. The Midnight Gospel. Oh, good. Yes, it does look like I would need to smoke some weed before this. This is fantastic. Yeah, so yeah. You probably didn't have to say that it was made by the guy that did Adventure Time, because it's got that same sort of feel, at least just from the thumbnail. Nah, it's not going to focus. But oh, Duncan Trussell. Nice. Like Duncan. So as I'm sipping on this Ardbeg 21, And again, for some people coming in, I toasted Christine, the Cult of Ardbeg. Christina and Lance, they got married this morning, so just did a little bit of a toast of Ardbeg in their honor for their future of happiness and health. And yeah. So Jason, I mentioned yesterday Castlevania on Netflix. I have watched it. I've watched all 3 seasons. I'm very much looking forward to the 4th season. Is it better? Like like it's okay. Better if you are a fan of the game or anime style tunes. Okay, so are you familiar with any of the background? Because I am not. I never played any of the games. I don't know very much about Castlevania's lore and history, other than like essentially it's vampires and hell and Dracula and stuff like that. I found it absolutely wonderful to watch. I'm not a huge and touching on the anime style, I'm not a huge typical fan of anime style shows with an English voice track. I always find that it doesn't always work as well. The benefit here is that it was made by Netflix, so the script and the animation and everything kind of work together. Whereas when stuff's dubbed over from Japan or even Korea and Taiwan and China into American, it's always missing something. It doesn't feel always that great, and the voice acting is always a bit shoddy. But I found the Castlevania to be extremely well done in that facet. Yeah, so it's loosely based on characters. Yeah, and you know what? I think you got to take you got to give them a little bit of liberty to fool around with stuff like that. Yeah, to each their own. I thought it was very well done. Like I said, I hadn't watched any of the played any of the games or anything like that, so I still found a lot of enjoyment out of it. Very much looking forward to the next season. Because the 3rd season, definitely they stepped up a little bit of the animation. It's a little more clean. The fight sequences, there's much more better choreographed, a lot cleaner as well, and not as sort of block and choppy. A lot more intricate movements and more of a stylized flair to all the movements. Castlevania is really good. Like I said, I binged a bunch of Freud last night, and I recommend it. I still have the list from yesterday. Peaky Blinders, Legend, Community I've watched, although I haven't watched all of it, so I'll probably end up getting to that eventually to finish it off. The Expanse on Amazon Prime, I have to catch up. I haven't watched the fourth and last season. I don't know if they're doing a 5th season, but Jack Ryan, the Jack Ryan series, and Firefly, which I've never watched. So that'll be interesting. I've heard so many good things about it. I'm sure I'm going to like it. And I've had it on my queue for such a long time, and I've just never gone and just clicked. Before I get to my queue, it's always like, oh, this new thing came out. Shiny thing, click. So, this, that Ardbeg was great. Very quickly, might as well plug now the real purpose of this channel. The Cast Strength Live every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week, we're going to be having a brand ambassador from Beam Suntory. His name, let me make sure that I don't mess it up. I believe it's James Neal. James Neal from Beam Suntory. I believe he's the rep for sure Ontario. I might be for a bit more of Canada, but yeah, he's going to be on. We're going to be talking to him and picking his brain on some of the product that they have. A couple of questions, on his, how he got into whiskey, how he ended up with Beam Suntory, we're gonna try and get him to tell us his favorite bottle. I think Dan made a bunch of questions, and Dan is always a professional. He's got that going. So later, Brad. So if you let me know if the crunching of these are too loud, but I figured, it's happy hour bar, might as well have some chips and dip. Along with my beer and drinking a Coors Light. It's not above me, or I'm not above it. It's a good beer. It does the job. It's not offensive. So what were we talking about? We were talking about James Neal. Yeah. So if you guys are free, today is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. If you guys are free tomorrow night, stop by the channel, 8:00 Pacific Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be talking with James Neal, brand ambassador for Beam Suntory. Then definitely pop over to the Rocket Review at 9, and then most likely we're going to have a CS after dark. Excuse me, sorry. There's a bit of a kerfuffle at the next corner. My roommate just texted me saying he was going to work, and it's like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of cop cars over there. So, and I just realized that I'm wearing my my back brace in case anyone was kind of wondering, what's Vito got on. I deal with a little bit of scoliosis, so periodically throughout the day, if my back starts to kind of get a little bit stiff, a little bit sore, I pop on this back brace to just kind of keep my back a little bit straight. So that's what I'm wearing right now. In actuality, there's a bottle of whiskey right behind my back that I use, and I put a coat over it and I sneak it into places. Don't tell anybody though. There's 5 people on. One of them is me. So 4 people watching. Jason's 1. Greg's probably still in the chat. Jeffrey might still be there. Who else is taking part in a little bit of the alcohol today? There's a little bit of a break. If you're not drinking, Greg, cool. If you're not, water is perfectly acceptable. I'm probably just going to do, you know what? It's going to be a thing. Water Wednesdays, where I just drink water and I talk about water. What could be more riveting? Just coffee. That's what I got to get for the new place. I got to get an espresso machine. Or not even a machine. A biglietti. That's Italian. That's like the little metal contraption. Let's see if I can actually show you guys. Biglietti. Let's see. All right. Let's share screen. My screen share. Oh, of course. It's not going to let me. Okay, let me save the picture. Save image. Blah, blah. This is great. Greg, you're drinking some Anoa to celebrate. Yes. I'll figure out the StreamYard eventually, guys. In the meantime, Let's get this going. Let's see. Recents. All right. That's a biglietti. You at the bottom, you put the your espresso, your ground espresso, and then it percolates up, and yeah, that's essentially what we use predominantly, as opposed to like the espresso machines are good. This is a little bit nicer, and plus you can make a little bit more. So what you do is you make a whole bunch, you put it in a a container, like a whatever, and then you put it in the fridge, and you have some nice iced espresso or cold espresso, and nothing's better in the summertime in the morning than a nice cold espresso, even throughout in the middle of the day. I'm a big fan of white wine as a hot summertime beverage, and but nothing beats a good cold espresso. So yeah, definitely. After this, I'll probably go for a drive over to Walmart and pick some stuff up. I've been craving again. I keep on mentioning this every day. Oh, I got to go get veggies. I got to go shopping. Still haven't gone because why would I go? I'm gonna go after this. When you go off air, I'm gonna go. First thing, I'm gonna drink a bunch of water. No drinking driving. And then go to Walmart. Whatever doesn't have a line. Either a Walmart, a Metro, anything. Whatever doesn't have a line, I'm just gonna pop in and get a bunch of veggies because I'm craving avocado. I'm craving avocado and toast. As basic as that may sound, I'm really into avocados lately. So cold brewed coffee. Yes, cold brew. Speaking of cold brew, I've seen a bunch of people talking about it, and I haven't had it myself. Has anyone here had the Jameson cold brew yet? I've heard a lot of good things, but I've also heard some people that aren't really happy with it. I don't know if it's made it here into Ontario yet. Let's see. Has it made it into the LCBO? Jeffrey's got a mini that he's going to review. Jameson. Let's see. We got Jameson whiskey, Black Barrel, Castmates, Stout. Oh, Jameson 18-year-old, obviously sold out completely. Bose Castmates and the IPA Castmates, obviously. Why would the LCBO bring in something decent? Greg hasn't had it yet either. Yeah. At least I would assume that it's still available where you are, Greg. At least hopefully it is. But at least for me, it's not even available, and it's just upsetting because at least make it available. But the LCBO, our liquor control board for the province, is just unbelievably just ruthless. But what can you do? We get free healthcare, so that's a thing. Um, Jeffrey, you're crazy. What a guy. Oh, Jeffrey, you're a sweetheart. Yeah. So, seeing as how I'm drinking some beer, does anyone have a particularly specific beer that they enjoy? I'm drinking a Coors Light right now, just because no snobbing, but probably my two favorite beers, definitely Guinness, and if it's available, because it's a little bit harder to come across, but the Lagunitas IPA is great. But if that's not there, usually go for a Sapporo. Those are my go-tos, just because they're always available. The Lagunitas IPA is a little bit less common. Peroni and Moretti, two Italian beers, are a little bit harder to come by as well. Not as hard as the Lagunitas, but still a little bit harder. But you're always gonna have Guinness and always gonna have a Sapporo. So those are my two go-tos at a bar. Jeffrey likes the Brooklyn Bel Air Sour. We definitely don't have that up here, but it sounds great. I don't mind sours. I have a problem with see, and I don't even remember what it's called because I hate it so much. Oh geez. Radlers. Radlers. Not a huge fan. Not a huge fan of Radlers. The majority of them I feel are made with like grapefruits and stuff like that. So I guess it's like the tartness that I'm not a huge fan of. So yeah, that's the thing. Greg likes stouts and Scotch ales. Yeah, stouts. Oh god, a good oatmeal stout. Beautiful. Just give me that. Just give me a nice stout, and I'll be a happy Italian boy. Jason's experience with alcohol is almost exclusively limited to whiskey. Fair enough, brother. Fair enough. Yeah. For me, I enjoy getting. Well, here's the thing: is I obviously started drinking beer first, and I was really heavy into the IPA and craft scene in my early 20s, and that sort of dwindled down a little bit because I started to get it a little annoying. When I get into something, first get into something, I'm always really annoyed about it because I go 0 to 180. There's no slow increase. Whiskey is actually the only thing that was fairly slow comparatively to all my other hobbies and vices. Like when I got into music, I bought two basses. I bought a 4-string and a 5-string, which I'm gonna get back into now that we have some time. Well, I have time. Get back into it. Relearn because it's been quite a while. And I have them. It's there. I've set them up in the new room. I have my amp. It's just like they're there. I've had them forever. I've had them since I was, I think, 15, and I got fairly good. I was good at covering songs, downloading the tabs and just learning them. But yeah. I bought two. I was like, okay, now I'm a musician. Started getting into beer, smashed right into like the IPAs and everything like that because everyone else was drinking, Stella and Heineken and stuff like that, and I was like, no, I'm gonna go out in left field and have some like ridiculous like craft stuff. And then things kind of level off, and then now I'm drinking Coors Light, whereas like had I been in the height of my IPA-ness, I definitely did was just like, ugh, Coors Light, ugh, why? Which actually segue right into another, and I mentioned this on the happy hour yesterday. On Netflix is a show called Brews Brothers, BREWS Brothers, and it's about two brothers that start up a distillery. One's a absolute asshole snob, and the other's just like just a guy that learned how to make Trappist style beer in Belgium. And it's funny. That's another recommendation. Definitely give that a watch. It's funny. And it's just like ugh, Coors Light. Like it might as well just be drinking piss. But now same with whiskey. I still have like I'll drink a Coors Light. I'll drink an Alberta Premium Barrel Select whiskey straight from the freaking plastic container. It's all good. It's all good. I think obviously preference and subjectivity is a thing, but I think when everyone's a bit more open, this isn't even just specifically whiskey. I feel like we should all be more open to a bunch of things, and I'm trying that. I'm trying to be a lot more open-minded to things around me, people, opinions, and just try to be, try to absorb as much as I can. I think if there are people hopping on, I don't know. Or is Jeffrey just making a joke about IPAs and hops? But the link's there, guys, if you guys want to join in. From this angle, all my gray hair, my beard. Obviously, I had gray hair here. And actually, because I haven't... No, man, I'm going to notice way faster now. Because I've changed my layout. My computer's no longer over there. It's over here. Mr. Patron.
Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
Quite all right.
Oh, you are frozen.
Oh, crap. Sorry about that.
Don't apologize, man. You're not Canadian. Stop apologizing. I don't like when people...
Oh, no, I was trying to, because I'm only on... I don't have a thing to view the chat, so I was trying to go in and watch the video on silent, but then it is that occasionally.
Okay. I'll keep you posted on anything that's happening in the chat. You're gonna
burn the heretic. The heretic being me.
Never burn you, buddy. How's the coffee? What kind of coffee are you drinking?
I finished the cup, but it was a bit of pour-over coffee, beans from Rwanda that was very good.
What's going on, Greg?
Not much.
So
from my favorite roaster.
Yeah, beans from Rwanda.
Yeah. Very melony. Like kind of like a thick cantaloupe skin with hazelnut and chocolate. Sort of like if a Ferrero Rocher, instead of the outside, there was another layer that was cantaloupe, or like a honeydew melon, but the skin.
That sounds amazing.
But of course, it's still coffee, so it's gonna taste like coffee.
Right.
For someone who doesn't drink beer, I have a whole refrigerator filled with just like very odd beers.
Now, is that just because you don't like beers, or?
Well, I got into a thing of buying really like specifically sour, but then the like really darker flavored, more on the stout side, Scotch ale side as well.
Hmm.
And I just stocked up just to be like, well, I know what I like, so I'm gonna get a bunch of it. And then beer
That's
started
fair.
to make me incredibly sick whenever I would, not like vomit sick, but just it would just mess with me.
Yeah, I get it. So, Gary, what are you up to, buddy?
Not much, just relaxing. Having some breakfast at the moment, but I know it's pretty late for breakfast.
You know what? It's never too late for breakfast. I'll have breakfast at 2 a.m. Or 9 p.m. or right now. Like I don't. Breakfast food is appropriate at any time, and you can always call it breakfast.
Exactly.
It's always fitting. And I gotta get some bacon. That's what I need to do. Gotta add that to the list.
I picked up some bacon yesterday. I plan to cook it today.
Nice. Are you gonna smoke it, or you're just gonna cook it in the oven?
Bacon,
What's your go-to bacon?
pocket bacon.
Pocket bacon. So you're gonna bake it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I love bacon. When the discovery of baking bacon was one of the greatest things that I stumbled upon.
For me, it was Whiskey Crusaders.
Right.
William?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I had known much. I've been baking my bacon since I was about 19, 20, so about easily over 10 years. But it never occurred to me to do it in bunches and just save it.
Right.
And then when last year when Will had the backpack of bacon, I was like, this is absolute genius.
Right.
Like, come on. That's amazing. Just
Yeah.
that's like just batch a whole bunch of bacon, put it in Ziploc bags and go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to Costco the other day and I bought their big old pack of thick cut bacon. So I'm good to go.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta do a massive shopping thing today. Other than that, everyone's safe and healthy with your families?
Yeah. They're good. A few members of my family are still working, but they're staying safe. One of them's working security, so she really doesn't have to deal with all that much.
Yeah, it's a crazy time. But everyone's got to take their precautions, and hopefully we'll all get through this. So
Exactly.
but that's good. Jeff, I love your shirts always.
Oh, thank you. This is the Ron Swanson shirt. I'm forgetting who it's by. Yeah. Whiskey, eggs, bacon, and sausage.
I see some logs in there too.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just great. Some whiskey.
You gotta
Although
find,
I think it's not on the rocks, which I'm grateful for.
Yeah. It's only on the rocks when you're sick and need some proper fluids.
Exactly.
One rock.
But when you figure out where you got that, let us know. I would totally buy one of those. Or is it from like a
This
random?
shirt specifically I got from a chain trading post style store in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm forgetting the name of it. I don't think the shirt is unique to that place, but they had basically the whole line of these shirts. It is made by results with a V, or RSVLTS. Odd.
I'm trying to find.
But it's somewhat odd to find out who made the shirt because they brand each shirt with the thing. So it says City of Pawnee in big letters.
I found it.
Okay.
Let's see if this is a proper website to buy it.
I mean, it's not like the most classy shirt either. It's very.
Wait, I'd wear this to a wedding. What are you talking about?
But I have 4 beers, different beers that I've pulled aside.
Oh yeah, which one?
My last Acapon.
Oh, you brought some Acapon back home, eh?
Durian.
Oh.
Yep. I have. I'm not sure how to describe it. I have a person who's kind of like a family friend that isn't in my family, but is that I also sort of work for, where I do my tasting things. His actual son really likes craft beer, so you can't get this stuff here. That's like the ultimate kind of craft.
Really, it is
for this kind of person. But I have no idea what the I think it's you would pronounce it like the fruit durian or duriar. Don't know what kind it is. Of course, the Brooklyn Sour, the Flying Dog Guava Juice IPA.
Guava juice.
Yep. And then the Vivel Provision Saison de Pomme.
Oui.
Which it's a Belgian farmhouse style, unfiltered. So you got some yeasty boys on the bottom.
If it's French and unfiltered, you're definitely gonna get some armpit hair in there.
Well, it's actually Belgian, so maybe some waffle bits.
Belgian, then you're gonna get some fries and mayo in there. If you ever
Cultured mayo.
Have you guys? If you've never been to Belgium, at every fucking corner, like in Brussels, there's either a fry place, like a French fry place, a chocolate place, or a waffle place.
Nice.
I mean, I can live with that.
It is, and obviously, like they have like the beer houses that are just like if you like Delirium beer, like that's where it's made. It's just made like 20 minutes outside of Brussels, and they have a 3-floor bar that's I think it has the world record of the most beers on like available in an establishment at like 4,000 bottles of different beers that they have available to buy.
Damn.
And if you like beer, chocolate, French fries, and waffles, Brussels is the place to be. It is like in obscene quantities at every turn. You are just constantly snacking. It's great, absolutely great.
But before any of that, and before I pour a beer, I do just need to correct something.
Yes.
This is a Scotch. I'm on a bit of a kick with them, I guess.
Yeah.
But a thigh-slapping dram, which is a 12-year-old Ardbeg aged in second fill butt ex Oloroso. I said Ardbeg, right? It's Ardbeg.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Okay.
More beer. You've had it. Yeah, you definitely dipped into it. Oh, look at the color on that.
I needed to just pour out a little bit, just as a congratulations for the 2 lovebirds.
Yeah, Christina Lance, congratulations again.
I have a wee bit of that I've put aside for those 2 that I haven't been able to give them.
Yeah, considering the situation. But,
well, no, even before this, I was trying to, but it kept
being push and push. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, fuck. Yeah, the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society is great. I don't know I haven't looked into it enough. I think Brad might have, about doing it in Canada, but it's just always such a struggle with freaking the Canadian laws up here. Good afternoon, Patrick Cohn. Welcome in. hope this serves as a good distraction for you. But yeah, I wish it was easier and more financially feasible to bring that into Ontario, because I would go absolutely. That's all I would buy. I would buy all the Scotch malt whiskey, and I would do like the craft stuff, like especially like from Silver Fox that I have over here. I'll always support them. But like just that's
maybe
like
an occasional JP Weiser special edition.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm not too sure like if they're going to be bringing back stuff for Ontario, because they haven't released a new one for Ontario. They just released somewhat recently in the last year. They did one for, I believe it was Manitoba, called like Golden Wheat or something like that. Which is supposed to be really good, but they didn't obviously make it available in Ontario, and obviously bringing stuff over provincial borders is a pain in the ass, but especially if you get caught, because it'll just be confiscated right away.
That's always the issue, getting caught, and that's why you never get caught.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, do you take the risk? And I'm never one to opt to take the risk. If you're going to take the risk on my behalf, and it's going to have no repercussions on me and my wallet, go for it. But if I'm putting money in, I want to be assured. If I'm putting money in, or even if like, let's say, Jeff, you want to send me something, and I would be like, no, man, like I don't trust the border. I'd rather you make sure like 100% you enjoy it versus taking the chance that it might make it to me. Like I don't like to ship things if I can avoid it. Yeah, but I'm just saying it's like in general, right? Like I've had a lot of people, like, some people say, oh, I'll send you stuff that live in the States. And it's like, please don't. Like, I would rather you enjoy it than potentially getting like confiscated by the border agents in Canada. Yeah, I'm trying to send some olive oil to a friend in Saskatchewan, and I'm trying to figure out a way to do that. And I might have to go to Canada and then ship it within Canada, or just go to Saskatchewan and ship it within Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan. Yeah, you can probably, like, if you get over here, like, we can probably hook you up with getting it over there, but at the same time, it's like we have to really make sure that the packaging is like well done, because things I've been told that there have been instances of the Canada Post stopping things. But we'll have to do a bit of research for you, Jeff, before you fully decide to do that. Yeah, this I've also been putting off even before the quarantine.
Yeah, I'd like to make it up there someday as well. Try some of these fabled good Canadian whiskeys.
I knew you were going to say fabled. I was like, he's going to say fabled whiskeys. If you're lucky, you can just swing into a store and pick up the last few good bottles so that a Canadian doesn't get their hands on it. You bastards, you greedy American bastards. Just sneak in and be like, just search it. Find the stores that had their last bottle of seasoned oak. Just sweep it. Boom, got it. And that's how I got my seasoned oak.
And we'll only target those stores that are on their last bottles.
Yeah, because you know what? Because you can go on the LCBO website and see which stores have what, and it's just a pain in the ass. Yep. But which brisky should I crack open? I'm going to say the guava one. That's my vote. Okay.
I'd say that as well. Sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah. There's a reason it's part of their. I'm not sure if it says it on here. There's a reason it's part of their Brewhouse Rarities instead of like a main lineup edition. But as a big Hunter S. Thompson fan, I'm just a sucker for Flying Dog.
just for those Ralph Steadman illustrations.
I have a getup that I sometimes put on. I should actually do that for the next Bastards Ball when it happens. I'll come dressed as Hunter S. Thompson.
Just with a giant bottle of Wild Turkey or Chivas Regal.
Yep, I'm gonna get the Galladay to get me like a 2-liter freaking bottle.
I have an old bottle of Wild Turkey that I could lend you.
Hey guys, I got a split.
Well, it was nice seeing you.
Later, Greg.
Talking to you.
Thanks for stopping in.
Later.
Let's see if I can reach this bottle without wrecking my camera setup.
I actually kind of dig this this one, so you get the little bit of the bar behind the stuff. Yeah, it's even for us. Oh, nice. Oh, it's an 8-year.
No, it's actually it's like a year or two after they pulled the 8th year. This is from 1996, though.
Oh, okay.
But it's more in line with something that he would have probably had. Oh, crap. Did I pour this beer? Horrible. I don't think it was meant to be poured in this kind of glass.
Let's see. Ha! You know, I forget what video I was watching, but also, do you want to get a good amount of head out of the beer when you're pouring it? Because essentially what happens is
a good amount, but also you want some beer with your beer.
Yeah, well, it'll eventually simmer down, but you want a fair, a good, like, not obviously not that much, but like a good inch or an inch and a half of head at the top, because essentially what that does is it releases the carbonation out of the beer, so that when you drink it and you're eating along, essentially what happens is that in your stomach, the like super carbonated beer is essentially expanding as more you're eating. So that's where you get that bloating feeling, right? So the more of the carbonation sort of you get out of the beer prior to drinking it, the better for your digestive system and just your overall feeling.
Science.
Steve A is a little bit upset, it seems, at the fact that the good Canadian stuff is hard to get. But you know what, Steve? Simmer down.
On behalf of all of Canada, I'd like to apologize, Steve A.
As an honorary Canadian, Jeffrey is allowed to say that. So, yeah. He's just stating facts, apparently. Well, you know what? When we get some mighty fine bourbons and Texas whiskeys up in Canada, we'll start sending down the good Canadian stuff. How about that? I feel like that's fair.
If you had the option to pick one Texas whiskey brand or like one Texas whiskey that would be readily available in Canada, what would you pick? Like, regardless of how, like, it doesn't need to be like a standard thing. Just have your go. Considering, but without the biggest emphasis on how much the price would be jacked up.
Yeah. I would have to say that it's a bit of a toss-up between Ironwood Harbinger and the Balcones peated single malt.
Good picks.
Yeah, those would be the two, and a close follow-up by if I'm not mistaken, it was the Andalusia Striker port finish that they had at the ball that Ty was handing out. I think it was a port finish Striker.
Maybe. I think that might have. That's probably special edition because I think most of the finished line is the Revenant Oak series.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but there was one that he had, and that's that one. Although most of the stuff that they make at Andalusia is really good, but that one like kind of like made a mark on me that I sort of remembered. I'm fairly certain it was a port finish. But yeah, that's a close third. But those would be the first two: the Ironwood Harbinger and the Balcones peated single malt would be the top two. Nope, Jeffrey went away. Jeffrey?
Oh no, I'm still here. I was
Okay.
just I'm responding to a thing.
Oh, okay.
This thing has not rendered. That's a weird way of phrasing it. Normally, my dad does not a big fan of whiskey. You might have met him at the Lefroy tasting.
Yep.
Kept giving away his sample,
Mhm.
which was very generous. Watching, I think it was the Giants game at full brightness in a darkened room. But this thing has he's got a sudden interest in, like, do you have this? Can I get you this? Do you have this whiskey? And it's very odd.
But take advantage of it.
That's what I was doing. I mean, not take advantage is such a...
Yeah, I get
It's a strong word. For a strong man!
it. Steve, are you working? Yeah, I assume you're working. You said, I think you mentioned yesterday that you work till about 5 or 6 your time. And I don't know if I'm going to do these on Saturdays and Sundays. But if I do, maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. I don't know.
But maybe you won't.
Maybe I will. Wheels is in the chat. Hey, Wheels, that's a new handle that I don't recognize. Welcome in. And Greg's still doing good. Have you tasted that yet?
I have.
Okay. Hey, Caleb, what's going on, buddy? Oh, Brandon. Right. Oh, that makes sense now. Wheels. Ha ha. What's going on, buddy?
I know this is going back a while, but the kind of blanking on it. The Wild Turkey, the 15-year-old Wild Turkey. I think it not Rare Breed, but the single barrel 101 thing that they do.
Right.
Kentucky Spirit that
Yes.
Brandon had at the Bastards Ball was just chef kiss.
I think we have a bottle or two of the Kentucky Spirit up here that one of the Canadians has that I might be able to get a sample of. Unless I already have. No, I don't think I do. Maybe I do. Let me take a
I think there was only like 48, or even like it was an absurdly small number of bottles that came from.
I'm just gonna shimmy over.
Gonna shimmy, gonna shake.
I got the Peerless Kentucky that you got me. Rare Breed. Those all peated scotches. This Kilchoman. Yeah, I guess I don't have one. I'm gonna have to ask who I believe has them that I need a sample.
And speaking of samples, Another thing I might, bring in an olive oil bottle is a little sample of this, if not a whole bottle of this, because I really am a big fan of this stuff.
Yeah, I've seen people talk about the Traverse City stuff, and that's out of Michigan, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope to visit them because I also have some acquaintances that are based out of Michigan as well.
Oh.
Plus, Michigan is just apparently lovely, I've heard.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see what happened in the chat. They're talking about the Kentucky Spirit. Okay, so yeah, maybe it's not 15 years. I think it might be an 8-year-old Kentucky Spirit.
But it was a truly special thing, and just thank you for even the small sample of it that I got, the small pour. I mean, Brandon.
One
of the reasons why I'm even into whiskey in the way that I am is, of course, Hunter S. Thompson. So
right. Oh, actually, you know what, Jeffrey? Let's save that conversation because I'm going to be doing that the whiskey journey episodes. I think we're just going to do like 20-30 minute like snippet like stories. Like you tell me your story and how you got into whiskey and everything like that, and it'll just be a live stream.
That's a solid idea.
Maybe go longer, maybe go short. Like it's fairly open. I'm not going to be doing like produced content, if at all, anymore. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I haven't decided yet, but yeah, we'll. I know Benjamin Eves. I spoke to him. We're gonna get him on, and then me and you will figure out a time.
I can basically do almost any time, but it is all of this. If I could get it on camera, I might, even just because I'm on a tripod right now.
Yeah.
All of this is just, it's not like the biggest collection, and of course this isn't even all of it, but it's just absurd.
Well, this is definitely like way more than what I have right now. I dwindled my collection down to about 14 bottles, 15 bottles.
Can we get some F's in chat for Vito's collection?
Yeah. Because I had emptied out about 12 bottles that were near the keel during the first bit of quarantine, and all I have left are like half full or more bottles. But yeah, it's a little sad when I was packing up and moving and everything, and I was like, oh, I thought I had more whiskey than this, and I realized that I drank it all. And I haven't bought a new bottle in quite some time, so
I might be a little pretentious, but this guava juice IPA, it tastes more like a bitter papaya.
But is it good?
No, it's good. It's just I haven't had guava juice. I haven't had guava stuff in a while. But also most guava products you can find outside of just a guava, most guava juices, at least commonly available, are the kinds that are just filled with sugar. So your idea of guava juice, or at least mine, is always going to be slightly off as it stands.
Right. Interesting.
But on the nose, it definitely does have. It's very reminiscent of just like a freshly cut opened guava.
So there's the link for the shirt that I found.
This or a different one?
It's a bit expensive. It's about $60. I don't know what you paid for yours.
I did not pay $60 for this. I think it might have been on sale. Also, this was a while ago, so I don't even remember, but I'm fairly certain it was nowhere near $60. Damn, that's expensive.
Yeah, and then on the NBC store, it's $65.95.
What in the? And is it NBC or NBC Canada?
NBCstores.com. So I'm going on a limb and assuming that is American.
It was a joke about how Canada always makes things more expensive.
Oh, well, how dare you?
Boom, roasted.
Another the 65. Yeah, it seems like it's like just that's the going rate for this shirt now.
That is freaking absurd. I'll say this: as someone wearing this shirt, don't buy it for $60, unless NBC, you want to sponsor me.
Hey,
a podcast. Spots. We've got spots open. Wait, did I cut out?
No, you're good. Sorry, I got distracted. Someone messaged me. Donald Rance, good afternoon, sir.
It was a very surreal moment because we were both sitting incredibly still.
Yep. Don't half-ass two things, whole ass one thing. I do like a good whole ass. What should I drink? Should I have another little sip of whiskey, or should I have another beer? It'll be another Coors Light. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't. I'm switching to water because I gotta go shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch to water from my very professional mug there. Day drinking.
Now this looks like a solid. Like the color on it, it's a little more on the yellow side. Looks like carbonated pea. I love these glasses. They're I'm not sure if it's entirely obvious. They're from Willet.
I was gonna say they look like whiskey glasses. Yeah. I just kind of get a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's supposed to be reminiscent of the pot still.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah.
It's a glass, but it's a.
What's Brendan saying? I might just bring the one bottle you have for me for the Quinta. I don't even know if I'm going to stay at La Quinta next year if we do it. I might do an Airbnb.
Is it too chaotic there? Or too much money?
It wasn't that it was chaotic. Here's the thing. So everyone that was there, they saw me. But I didn't partake too much in the festivities in the lobby. I was there for half hour, 45 minutes at most every night. And then I would just go back. I would go upstairs into my room and just chill out. Because it's just like, it's a lot of people condensed into a very tiny space. And like, I feel like I'm being pulled in a bunch of different places, not just by people, but by myself, being like, oh, well, I want to talk to this person. I want to talk to this person. And there's so much going on that the introvert in me goes, we need to tap out. We gotta stop. Like, go sit by yourself for a little bit.
My brain goes into like a performance mode almost.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I need to cool down. So hopefully, I'm not sure how obvious this was. I know it was kind of obvious because people that I know were watching various live streams and were just like texting me all throughout those nights.
Yeah.
Why are you hiding in the corner?
that's
I can see you.
The Patron move. The corner. Yeah. But yeah.
You're just lingering by the bacon.
Just behind Matt, Will just pulling bacon out of the thing. Yeah, I don't know. Like I may just do like a small Airbnb, like even a 1-bedroom, just to kind of like have my space. As much as I enjoy seeing everybody, it's like I do really enjoy my alone time.
See, I want to stack up my Wyndham rewards points. So
yeah, that makes sense. You know what? I just realized something. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna go off camera for a quick sec.
Hi, my name is Jeffrey Patron, and I am the only person on camera right now. Therefore, I am the only person who matters.
I mean, you're not wrong.
That ethereal voice, ignore it. Doesn't mean anything.
Beautiful. Even though you can't see him now. I'll figure out a way. I gotta fix up this corner. And that's why I gotta go to Walmart. I gotta get a bunch of shelf wall plugs for some shelves and whatnot. What did Brandon say? He sent 3 100% varietal rye to the vault and happened to get my hand on a single barrel version, but they use small bottles. Don't send them to the vault next time. Send them to me.
Actually, right now I have 4 things that have yet to be talked about that I hope got sent to the vault.
That you got. Just message Daniel and ask him if it's on. Or I think
because it was in January when I sent the olive oil, but it says it was delivered. I just get nervous because one time I sent a bunch of stuff, including like a giant ass bottle of Canadian whiskey from Kirkland that burst. To where they had this, the packaging was destroyed, and it arrived there with the other intact bottles, but they had to send it back. That's how destroyed it was.
Yes, I've heard about this thing where it's like if a bottle of rye, box of rye and a bottle broke, they send the entire thing back.
But it made it all the way there. They signed for it.
Jeez.
So that's why I get a little. Like, this didn't even come back. They might have just like, oh no, it got destroyed. Throw it out. But at the same time, the giant log. So we'll never know.
Yeah, Steve says he knows for a fact that they haven't caught up with the donations from the Bastards Ball yet. That's crazy.
I mean, it hurts to be that popular.
Yeah.
When you could be sending whiskey to Vito. And anyone else, any other interested parties.
And Jeffrey Patron. Send some whiskey to Jeff's way.
Yeah, if you send whiskey my way, you'll basically be thrown a bunch of stuff that you'll never be able to.
Here's the thing. If you want stuff reviewed right away, send it to us. You don't have to wait eight months to see it pop up on the Whiskey Vault. We'll come up with some weird animation for donation. Sure.
I got one of the things that I was gifted by the father, as I call him, is Bib and Tucker, just the standard Bib and Tucker. And have you ever seen the film The Nice Guys, directed by Shane Black?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
So I've been doing this podcast called, hopefully this isn't...
Plug it.
Oh, geez, Mom! I've been doing a cocktail called Cannabis Cocktails and Cinema.
Nice.
Which we a friend of mine is in California and is,
yes,
they can be the cannabis. I can be the cocktails. And then a more cinema-inclined friend is the cinema. But for every episode that we've done, our last episode being The Nice Guys, I do a cocktail companion, and I made a bourbon martini. Nice. And Bib and Tucker, it has this, because it's most likely just source Dickel, and Dickel has this real herbal, earthy, mineral quality to it.
Right.
That is very reminiscent of certain gins.
Mm-hmm.
and it makes a very interesting bourbon martini specifically. More like making a Manhattan with dry vermouth. But it's both. I would say don't make it, but if you were going to make it, use Bibb and Tucker.
Okay. Is that on you? Is the podcast on YouTube or is it a podcast just audio?
It is an audio podcast that is on Anchor. I don't have the link on me,
Okay.
but I'll probably put it in the comments. But we're on Spotify.
Yeah, put it in the comments when this is done, which is going to be fairly soon because I gotta get shopping. But yeah, definitely put the link in. I didn't even know you were doing this. I gotta.
I mean, I put my companion stuff on my own channel.
Right, and plug your channel too.
I can't do that. I can only plug other people.
Plug your channel.
How dare you?
Also,
I thought I had way less beer in here, and I ended up just like throwing it.
Did it spill?
Yes, I want to just go for that final perfect image.
Nice.
But yeah, this is a decent beer, says the non-beer drinker.
It sounds interesting. Guava is just guava IPA. It would be just like that sort of meaty sweetness with the hoppiness. I think that would be just a great combination.
It is. Yeah, I wasn't getting a bit of a meaty note until just now. Did you say meaty or meaty?
Meaty, like the fruit meat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of getting like a meaty, like it's the aftertaste that you would have after having like maybe some kind of like short rib with a wine demi-glace. The aftertaste of that is the way lingering aftertaste I'm getting from this. Although it could just be a mental suggestion of you have beer with some kind of, fancy thing.
Right. Yeah. Beer and barbecue is a thing, right? So I don't know, maybe. But
or I'm just hungry.
Yeah, that as well. I definitely have to go eat something because yeah. Geez, I need some vegetables. All right, I'm gonna go shopping. Jeffrey, thank you so much for hanging out today.
Anytime. I know I'm a little verbose, but
no, man.
Thank you for letting me in.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, anyone that's in the chat is more than welcome to come into the StreamYard. I'll be more regular putting up the link in the chat tomorrow. And see if we can get some people on, just hang out and whatnot. But yeah, we'll leave it at that for today. Thanks for joining the CS Triple D Happy Hour. Drinks, discussions, and more drinks. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cheers.
This is the best